The story of Sherri Papini is one of the most interesting stories in the United States in recent years, due to the mysterious nature of its events and the surprises that emerged later. Here is a detailed account of this story. Disappearance. On the morning of November 2, 2016, Sherri Papini, a 34-year-old white woman and mother of 2 children, went for a jog near her home in Red Wing, California. Sherri was married to Keith Papini, and their life seemed normal and happy. When she did not return home as expected, her husband Keith became concerned and began searching for her. That day, after finding her phone and earphones on the ground along her usual jogging route, he reported her missing to the police, which sparked a large-scale search. Searching for Sherri. Police teams and volunteers began an intensive search for Sherri. Missing posters were distributed throughout the area, and local and national media outlets were used to highlight the case. Papini's family, including her husband and children, appealed to the public for help in finding her. During her disappearance, there was considerable concern about her fate, with speculation that she may have been kidnapped or otherwise harmed. The case received significant media coverage due to its mystery and the widespread sympathy for the young mother. Sherri found. On November 24, 2016, 22 days after her disappearance, Sherri Papini was found alive on the side of the road in the Yolo area, approximately 150 miles from her home. Sherri was found chained and in a poor condition, with numerous injuries, including bruises, cuts and burns to her body. She was very weak and thin, and claimed to have been the victim of a kidnapping. Sherri's testimony about her kidnapping. After being found, Sherri testified that she had been kidnapped by 2 Spanish-speaking women. She claimed that the women had tied her head up and tortured her during her captivity. She also said that she did not know the kidnappers' motives and was only able to escape when they suddenly got rid of her. The investigation into these allegations intensified, and police began trying to identify the 2 alleged women. However, there was little progress in arresting the suspects based on Sherri's description. Suspicions and Investigations 2017-2022. Despite Sherri's release, doubts began to be raised about her story. Authorities worked to analyze available evidence, including DNA found on Sherri's clothing. After DNA analysis, it was revealed that it belonged to a man, not 2 women as Sherri had claimed. A DNA match was found with a person who later turned out to be an old friend of Sherri's. After questioning this person, he admitted that Sherri had not been kidnapped but had come to his house of her own free will and stayed with him during her disappearance. He also admitted that she had caused herself injuries during this period. Sherri's confession. In March 2022, after years of investigation, Sherri Papini was arrested and charged with fraud and filing a false report with the authorities. Faced with mounting evidence against her, Sherri admitted that she had completely faked her kidnapping. She explained that she had been suffering from psychological and social problems at the time and wanted to escape her daily life. Legal consequences. In September 2022, Sherri Papini was sentenced to 18 months in prison for fraud. She was also ordered to pay a massive $300,000 in restitution to the federal government and others for fraudulently collecting money from victim compensation programs and misleading police. Story implications. This story shocked the public, as it was revealed that Sherri, who had gained great sympathy from the community and become a symbol of a missing mother, had fabricated the entire story. The case has drawn widespread criticism of the system and the way it was handled, as enormous resources were wasted searching for Sherri and pursuing the fictitious perpetrators. Despite her confession and trial, Sherri Papini's story remains one of the most controversial in the United States, due to the nature of the lies she fabricated and the significant impact it had on the media and society.